Many years ago, when Lisa, our oldest daughter, was about 9 or 10, she came into my office and, "Dad, I need your help. I have a question about the Unitarian Universalist ministry." Well, if ever there was a topic that I fancied myself as having some expertise, this was it. I immediately began to tell Lisa about the consolidation of the Unitarians and we spoke about the exemplary lives of the great cloud of witnesses of men and women who have given voice and action to our faith, of the different theological perspectives that make up the Unitarian Universalist ministry. I spoke of the challenges and the rewards of doing ministry, and of what my own call to the Unitarian Universalist ministry has meant to me. Sometime, much later, after explaining the Latin derivation of the word minister, I asked Lisa if there was anything that she wanted me to further clarify. She draped her small arm on my shoulder and tactfully said, "Well, Dad, I really appreciate hearing about the Unitarian Universalist ministry, but what I really need your help with is, when you're writing it out, do you capitalize the M in ministry?" 3 decades later, the lesson of that conversation with my oldest daughter has not been lost on me. So, Lynn, when you invited me to offer the charge to the minister, I had to think long and hard about what you were really asking of me. And I had to think long and hard about what I truly wanted and what I needed to say to you on this, the occasion of your ordination as a Unitarian Universalist minister. And what I want and need to say to you is simply this: Lynn, always and ever just be yourself. And do take care of yourself. I want to encourage you to offer to the world, to all of us, your fullest, most authentic self. Model for us the complex pattern of challenge and success, of failure and recovery, of joy that follows grief, of mystery that abides, of commitment and release, of despair and understanding, of isolation and connection, all that makes us human. Trust the world enough to let us see the struggle of these complex forces in your life. Trust us to know that you do not always have the answer, and sometimes not even the question. And then we will believe that there's hope for all of us. If you despair and can regain hope, if you can journey on the pathways of joy and come back to the dailiness of life, if you fail and yet can continue with integrity, if you're wronged and can forgive, if you can experience all of this and understand yourself and our world more deeply for the experience, then we too are called to the life of faith. And Lynn, do recognize that the world is not inspired by perfection. For some time now, we've known that perfection is not the world's struggle. But what we do need to know is that faith and hope and love can abide in this great wide world of personal imperfection, of brokenness and pain and disappointment where we live. We need a minister who lives in that same world with us. And Lynn, I know you do. If your feelings on this, your day of ordination, are anything like mine were when I was welcomed into the liberal religious ministry, or similar to those feelings of your colleagues who are sitting here, I imagine that in your heart of hearts, you believe there's something that you're supposed to have in order to offer the world. And so I need only remind you that you would not have answered your call to ministry without having some strong internal direction, conviction, compulsion. I would also suspect in that same heart, you fear that what you have to offer will be unworthy or insufficient in some way. In his Gnostic Gospel, St. Thomas was talking to you and to all of us as colleagues when he wrote, "Bring forth what is within you, and what you bring forth will save you. Fail to bring forth what is within you, and what you fail to bring forth will diminish you." As you move forward from this special day into the wider world, Lynn, a world that's waiting for the extraordinary gifts, the immeasurable talent that you possess, move forward in the world from out of the depths of your values, your convictions, your faith, and your vision for living the religious life. My charge to you, the Reverend C. Lynn Hopkins, is to be yourself and to take care of yourself. Remember always to share the gifts that brought you into this ministry. Embrace imperfection in life with affection. Be faithful presence, able to celebrate the struggle, pray and play and love far more than worry and work and obsess. And oh, one last thing. Lynn, please, if you would, stand up. Turn around and look at your colleagues, look at your family, look at your friends, look at this refulgent congregation, and may you always keep this moment alive in your heart. Keep this moment. Remember always that you're valued, that you're cherished, and especially know you're deeply loved. Amen.
I welcome you into the Unitarian Universalist ministry. You and I know that many people offered care, counsel, love, assistance in the world. They do ministry. And yet today, you have been set apart as an ordained minister among Unitarian Universalists and to the world. This is a special day. It is the custom among us to symbolize your welcome into the Unitarian Universalist ministry with the right hand of fellowship, symbolized by this handshake. And I am proud and humbled to offer this on behalf of our colleagues. And yet that is quite insufficient, for as I offer this right hand of fellowship, I must also offer you this left hand of love. As we move forward in ministry together, even though you will probably leave us, not my wish, probably you will be called elsewhere. Remember that we are not colleagues of convenience. We are not colleagues of geography. We have walked with you in the final years of your formation, through the internship here at First Unitarian, through the fellowship committee, through your preparation for this ordination, and now in your impending search. Call. Okay? Call. We are colleagues. This represents all of your colleagues, but we have been here in the final years of your formation, and we know you, and we have said yes. So call when it's hard. Call when it's God awful. And call when it's great, too, okay? It's really great. It's wonderful and amazing. Call then, too. Call when you need new ears, fresh eyes, a helping hand. Know that you have colleagues here and across the country who are in this with you and want only for our ministries to thrive and you to bring your blessings to the world. And we do know, don't we, Lynn, that ministries with a lowercase m.
our paths crossed. You came to us a stranger. We knew only what we could learn from a few essays and a 30-minute telephone conversation. From the sermons that you sang, we expected you might challenge us, and we welcomed the challenge. It was our hope that we as a congregation and as individual members could challenge you as well, to build your strengths, increase your skills, deepen your understanding, and help you become the minister we thought you could be. You accepted our challenges, walked through them, and worked with them, and used them to become the minister that you are. Today we set you apart. Designate you not as a greater or less, but as particularly chosen and gifted to serve and minister. With delight, affection, and great pride, we bless you for the new life that lies ahead.
Lynn, we and your family have known you all your life through remarkable and sometimes startling, often painful transformations. I remember when there was a time when your mother and I despaired of you ever reaching your 25th birthday. But you look nothing like the young person who we once knew. While you have left much behind you, somehow you found ways to be strengthened, enlightened, and enlarged by what you have discarded as well as what you have held close. Somehow, the life that you live with all the wrong turns and all the lucky draws, the victories and the scars, have made a minister of you. And thanks be to God that life is not done. You will continue to grow and learn and find new ways. And your mother is smiling upon you from her place in eternity. She who gave you your gift of gab, your love of other people, and your desire to minister. And it's with a delight and affection and great pride that we bless you for the days that are ahead.
We are going to participate in a very old human ritual. And to do this, I want to invite my colleagues to stand up here, come forward. And if those of you who are in front would just lay a hand somewhere on Lynn's shoulder, and those who come afterwards, put a hand on someone that's in front of you. And I want to invite all of you who are here to stand up. Come on down. The water's fine. Put a hand on somebody. Somebody's going to put a hand on you. We're going to get all connected here. There is no first and last. We are all in this together. My friends, my colleagues, this community, honored guests, we are connected. We are connected by our hands, and we are connected in so many ways, invisible to us and visible to us. We are connected to a host of other beautiful beings beyond this room.